The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
Oh, there is a new trend in fraud that is on the horizon, I predict. So, where all my crime doc ladies at? Gonna need y'all in a few minutes. Throw this up on you.
Throw it on them.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to give you this information about the fraud trend.
Today's National Princess Day. So,
thank you.
who's a bigger princess, TJ or Lindsay? I don't know. Maybe we'll have to.
Neck and neck.
You both are fabulous. You're both royalty, so it makes sense. You might have to just fight it out. So happy National Princess Day. Does your daughter, Lindsay, want to be? Is she a princess?
Elsa all day. Wants to be Elsa, meet her, touch her, love her, be her mom.
Yeah. Did you get down into the princess stuff when Lainey was small, TJ?
Oh, yeah.
Like the dress up and the wands and...
Sure.
You did
whatever she wanted me to do, yeah.
That's great. And
Still to this day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still your little princess.
Oh, that's going to make me cry.
A lot of people went to watch the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight on Friday night on Netflix. They had some streaming issues, but 60 million people tuned in. They said the better fight was the fight that went right before that, and that was two women.
Yeah.
Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. Brutal fight. The woman's face was opened up. 50 million people watched it, making it the most viewed women's sporting event ever.
Yeah, I can't watch that.
No.
Hard to watch.
Yeah.
They said they put on a show, though, and those women must have been thrilled because women's boxing, not a lot of people tuning in to see that regularly.
Because it's gross.
50 million people watched it.
Because it's beyond barbaric.
You hate it.
Women don't need to be fighting like that.
Okay. Now trending, sponsored by No More Last Days. Learn more at tjriggins.com/last days. Buy some of their merch, and it all goes to a great cause, dogs at risk of euthanasia in kill shelters. What?
I know I'm going to get a lot of comments about that.
About the boxing
about
thing?
Women not needing to. Women need to know how to fight to protect themselves.
Yeah.
But just standing in the ring beating the crap out of each other, I expect more from women than that.
I agree with you.
Just women are not supposed to be getting beat up just for no reason.
Yeah.
Even if it's another woman beating them up?
Even. Yeah. I can't stand it.
Okay. That's good to have on record. I'm glad I know
I'm
that.
with you. I don't like the men fighting either.
Nobody fight.
Nobody fight.
Stop all the fighting, y'all.
I agree with you, though.
Give peace a chance.
Yeah.
Beyonce is trending this morning because she's going to be performing at halftime during the Houston, Texas, and Baltimore Ravens game on Christmas Day, which streams on Netflix. So they're really trying to make it into a spectacle. Beyonce is a halftime performer during a Christmas Day game. So they're trying to make some money off live sporting events.
Now, will she perform, or is she just going to come out and give a speech that lasts a few minutes and then walk off? Like the last time she was supposed to perform.
Oh, yeah.
At the rally?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kamala Harris rally.
It'll be interesting to see what happens there. But that happens on Christmas Day. And then Gypsy Rose Blanchard, back in the news. She had her baby shower, and she announced the name of her daughter. It is Aurora Raina Urker. Aurora Raina Urker, because her fiance's name is Ken Urker, her boyfriend. And Aurora Raina Urker. So she's moving on with her life, Gypsy Rose.
When are they getting married?
It doesn't say, but they held the baby shower in Louisiana. So I would say it's sometime in the future. In the very near future. I'm sure of it. So one of my neighbors said something really sexist to me, and I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I'll tell you what she said next.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
If you live in the Charlotte area and you need furniture, then you need Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. We love them, and you will too. So go to tjriggins.com/sweetdreams for Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Add tjriggins.com to your phone's home screen. Open your phone's browser, type tjriggins.com, and click the top banner to learn how to easily add to both iOS and Android phones. Everything is now on the homepage, tjriggins.com.
The charity Peyton's Promise would not be possible without great sponsors. Sponsors like Brad & Brothers Heating, Air, and Electrical. Find out more about Brad & Brothers at bradandbrothers.com.
Available whenever you want it on the TJ and Riggins app. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
So there's a woman in my neighborhood. I watch her dog every once in a while because she travels, and I don't mind it. My dog only likes smaller dogs. Mm-hmm. So this is a smaller dog. He's not much of a... He's just a senior dog. A senior golden, whatever they call them. They don't call them senior dogs anymore.
Old dog.
An older dog.
Yeah.
Advanced age.
So he's fine, and I watch him. He's no problem at all. But when I bring him back over to her house, when she gets back, she goes, "Oh, thank you. I've just been having a day. I just had to cancel my Instacart shopper because it was a guy. It was a dude," she said. And I didn't make anything of it. And I was like, "All right, well, have a great day." And she's like, "Yeah." And she continues. She's like, "I always cancel it if it's a guy because I just know they're not going to get me the right stuff." I was like, all right, well, I'm a guy, and I mean, that is a sexist thing to say. I didn't care, obviously. I don't care. But I think what she's implying is like guys are just incapable of doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I just typed it into Twitter, like guy Instacart shop. There's like a ton of that content. Women, and it's all from women saying, I would never trust a male Instacart shopper.
Right. But what they're doing, they don't realize, is that they are stereotyping that as women's work.
Yes.
Which is the worst thing that a feminist can be dealing with, is somebody thinking that something is women's work. But by saying that men can't do it, I have to have a woman do it, then what you're saying is that grocery shopping is women's work.
Oh, totally.
Yep.
And I don't believe in that.
Not at all.
It's backfiring on them, is what you're saying. Like in turn, they're actually criticizing.
Because I put my grocery shopping skills up against any regular woman any day.
Yeah, you're good, but you're competent in the kitchen. So it's a stereotype that guys can't cook, but to say it out loud is a whole other thing. Like, even if you had those thoughts, keep it to yourself.
But I do believe she's right that in general, you just pick your average woman, average guy, the woman is going to be better at grocery shopping. Mm-hmm. Now, I say that it's sexist.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
Right. So she says that, then every other woman would agree and go, you're right. They just don't know how to do it. They say it as if it's a slam on men.
Right.
It's certainly.
But I do think that the majority of women are better than the majority of men at, day-to-day grocery shopping.
Yeah. I agree.
Because, I mean, ultimately, even though I'm good at it, it is women's work.
There we go.
No, you can't say that.
There we go.
There he is.
I'm just kidding.
He's
I'm
back.
kidding. I'm kidding.
I know. But it is true. When I used to get Instacart, the men would always call. They couldn't find anything. And I'd be like, they'd call like 8 times. Like, just forget it. Just forget it. Let's just hang this up today.
I can't believe that. Like, it's still your job. I mean, if it's on a list, it shouldn't be that complicated.
Or ask for help there. Don't call me 8 times, because the whole reason I'm busy. So the whole reason I'm getting you is
it's the service that you're providing, and you need to be kind of knowledgeable about what's in the grocery store if you're going to be a professional grocery shopper.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but she said it to me so casually, I wasn't going to be offended, and I wasn't. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I think she's probably right, but she was just as cool as a cucumber. She's like, "Oh, it's another guy. I had to cancel it." I was like, "Oh."
Have you ever seen an old person ask someone who's doing the shopping to be delivered a question about where something is? Thinking that they're just working the aisle out there because they're wearing the grocery store uniform and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of go,
Sorry.
Like you're bothering them.
Sorry.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. The new TJ and Riggins Show gallery button with the pictures, videos, and links you're hearing us talk about on the show. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
Do you know of a family that could use some help this Christmas? Nominate them for TJ and Riggins Breaking and Entering Christmas. Nominate the family at tjriggins.com/Christmas. We want to bring true Christmas miracles to families who really need it. tjriggins.com/Christmas.
Hey, it's TJ, and we were hanging out the other night at our new favorite place, Blackfin Ameripub in Ballantyne, and I figured out that's where I'm going to be watching the ball games this year. That's right. They have about 40 TVs showing all of the games on Saturdays, the college games, and their official Ohio State Buckeyes bar. You don't want to miss that if you're a Buckeyes fan as well as a Packers fan or a Panthers fan. They got it all. Not to mention some of the best food that I have had in a long, long time. You're looking for a great time, go to Blackfin Ameripub in Ballantyne. Check it out at acetj.com/Blackfin.
The charity Peyton's Promise would not be possible without great sponsors. Great sponsors like Jewelers on Main, located in downtown Mooresville. Go to tjriggins.com/jewel to find out more about Jewelers on Main. Again, that's tjriggins.com/jewel.
Point and stare at TJ and Riggins anytime you want on YouTube. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Riggins,
Yes.
how old does Lindsay look to you? Because she's 40, and she's been getting the Botox since she was 24. So probably easy to say she's never had a wrinkle. She's never allowed one to pop up.
Yeah.
She, cut it off at the pass. She headed it off at the pass.
Yeah. It's a dangerous question, but I think if somebody told me she was 27, I wouldn't think twice.
Really?
I wouldn't think twice.
This is the best day of my life right now. Well, thank you. I'll take 20s any day.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm wondering if that's going to end up being a problem when it comes to fraud crimes and things like that. Because there's a woman in Bradenton, Florida, who's 44. Her name is Veronica Torres, and she was just arrested because they claim that she went to the government to claim an assistance check that they were handing out because of one of the hurricanes that just came through there. The check was for $8,000 for the Hurricane Disaster Assistance Program. And they asked her why she looked so much younger than her age, and she said because of Botox.
Sure.
Because she was actually trying to pick up the money that was in her mother's name. And so
What a
they said,
dirtbag.
so you say her mom, she's 44, her mom could be, well, probably at least in her 60s.
Oh, at least.
And well, why do you look so young? Oh, I've been taking Botox treatments for a long time. Yeah. And I think they gave her the money first,
Yeah.
and then they started looking into it and then went back and arrested her.
Yeah. It was approved, and they told her to come back. But that's just somebody that's working at the office that was like, wait a minute, you don't look like you're in your 60s or 70s.
Yeah.
Right. And your voice surely doesn't sound like it.
No.
Yeah. Oh, what an idiot.
But they always say that you can look at someone's hands, even if their face looks super young and all that, look at their hands. But now they're doing hand treatments to make where your hands don't look aged. Mm-hmm. So now where do we go? The neck?
The décolleté, as they call it. Yes. The décolleté. Because now all the creams say they tighten the décolleté.
Yeah. Is there a procedure to get your neck tightened and all that doesn't look like you've just gone through a wind tunnel?
I'm sure there is. I don't know about it yet, but I could look into it because I need to one day probably.
But you could tell, right? If somebody had enough plastic surgery that they were in their 70s and had no wrinkles or anything, you'd be able to tell. You can always tell with men when they're trying to look younger because they get like the most harsh looking hair dye that they have at the Rite Aid.
Right.
And just slam that in there. Bless his heart. Nick Saban's hair right now looks like they just took a paintbrush and took it to his head.
Where's his stylist? That's what or wife or somebody.
And why is he even doing that?
Help.
Yeah. Why is Nick Saban, the greatest football coach of all time, feeling the need to dye his hair?
You know why? Social media.
Oh, pressure. We need to rescue him.
Let's go.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
Hey, it's Riggins, and if you love dogs like me, it's heartbreaking when you see posts online that show a cute dog at the shelter with a last day deadline. Wouldn't it be awesome if there were no more last day calls for these dogs? There's a great new organization called No More Last Days. They just launched a website with one goal: to help dogs while featuring like-minded organizations who do good work. Visit tjriggins.com/lastdays or visit them in person at the booth at the Carolina Renaissance Festival every weekend through November and see how they're making a difference and how you can help. tjriggins.com/lastdays.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. Oh, look, our new subscribe button, where you can make sure you're getting the new shows right when they're posted. Find listening options for Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, social media sites, and more. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
The charity Peyton's Promise would not be possible without great sponsors. Great sponsors like Table and Twine and their great subscription program. Go to tableandtwine.com and check it out for yourself. That's tableandtwine.com for Table and Twine.
This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
Uh-oh, the emoji gods have spoken again.
Uh-oh.
There are other emojis that have just been added to the list. Ones that are not cool to be using anymore. Not just not cool, can be downright insulting. You don't want to be insulting with your emoji use. God forbid. So when you text LOL, how often are you really laughing out loud? Which I think it should have always been LA instead of LOL. Would have made more sense. Yeah. Laughing aloud.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm laughing aloud.
A new study found you might want to dial back your use of abbreviations like that. They can make you seem like a big phony.
Okay.
Researchers tracked text exchanges of more than 5,000 people and found we're seen as less sincere when we use shorthand phrases like LOL and OMG. Says the researchers were surprised. They assumed most people were cool with those abbreviations because they seem friendlier and less normal. Bless you, Riggins. But it turns out they can make people feel like you don't really care.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on.
If you want someone to know you really did find something funny, you're better off using full words. Instead of LOL, say something like, I'm cracking up. Is that so hard? I'm cracking up. Context is so important too, and it matters if you already have a close relationship with the person. For example, using LOL with your best friend lands differently. Well, at least they said differently and not different.
Yeah,
that's good. Lands differently than using it with someone you just started dating. 99% of people in the study said they use abbreviations in their texts sometimes, so it's something that pretty much everyone does now. Oh, really? Thank you. Did y'all know that? A lot of people do it now.
A lot of people use that. Oh.
All right, what do you say if something's funny? If somebody's trying to say something funny, Riggins?
LOL.
You do say LOL?
Yeah, it's pretty much standard issue. I mean,
Yeah.
Unless I have like another thought to add to it, which I'm not going to. I'll just like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. I'll put a OMG, LOL, put a laughing cry.
Yeah,
I don't hesitate.
That's what I love about you, Riggins. You don't care. You don't care what people are saying.
I don't care.
Or just ha ha the comment, and that's really a no because then people think, oh,
yeah.
Well, you didn't even bother.
I always type out ha ha.
That's me too.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
I mean, I
type
do
out
that
ha
too.
ha.
Is that okay to do?
For
them?
If I do it, it is. I'm sure. You can always go by that.
Yeah.
For now, it's okay.
I don't ever get offended.
Lindsay used to be a bah ha ha ha, like with a B.
Yeah.
Bah ha ha ha. Bah ha. Bah ha ha ha.
I think I typed it one time and then my autocorrect just did. So I'm like, okay, that's cool.
I'm in my Baja Ha era.
That was in my Baja days.
Yeah, my Baja.
I'm a Baja Ha girly.
That's actually the way I laugh.
Yeah.
Just say something funny.
I'm a sheep.
More TJ and Riggins coming up. Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. The easiest way ever to get everything TJ Riggins all in one place. The new Media Center is the easy way to access everything we do. The radio family asked for it, and now it's here. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
How would you like to be part of a Christmas miracle? Make a donation to TJ and Riggins Breaking and Entering Christmas. Visit tjriggins.com/Christmas and click the donate button. There's a needy family in Western North Carolina who could really use your help. tjriggins.com/Christmas. Lily and Grace is an incredible boutique in Mooresville, North Carolina that was built from a lifetime of experience in the interior design and home renovation businesses. Beautiful furniture and interior design elements ready to tell your home's story. Lily and Grace offers a wide range of products that can be customized to accommodate every corner of your home. They truly create pieces of art, and we are so proud to be working with them. Learn more at lilyandgrace.com. That's lilyandgrace.com.
At the beginning of every hour of the TJ and Riggins show, it's Now Trending, where Riggins brings you the most important news of the day. Now Trending is sponsored by No More Last Days. Go to tjriggins.com/lastdaysnow to see how you can help them ensure more dogs have no more last days. Again, that's tjriggins.com/lastdays.
The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins show.
So you're hearing a lot about make America healthy again. Well, Australia has already started on that. Make Australia and the Aussie people healthy again. And wait until you see what they've started out with. Whoo! Some people like the idea of this. Some people say it just stinks.
There's a Betty White stamp coming next year, according to the U.S. Postal Service. They announced that on Friday. They said it will share her wit and warmth with viewers for 7 decades.
It's a food stamp, though.
It is food stamp. A little different.
Betty White commemorative food stamp.
So this might be like the last public homage to Betty White, because we were going through a couple years there where Betty White could do everybody loves Betty White. I mean, she was great, but it was a lot.
It was extreme.
It was extreme.
And you know why it became extreme? Because she was great. Her whole career just absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
But it became a huge deal whenever she started talking nasty and doing nasty, vulgar monologues and things like that. When an old person, especially an old woman, starts talking all nasty and everything, then people think it's so much funnier.
That's so hot.
So that's why she got so big there for a while.
Oh, my God. Gets me going.
So that is coming soon. There's a great story out about Steve Urkel. Did you see this story?
Yeah.
His memoir is coming out. Jaleel White, the guy who played Urkel, says in his memoir that as the seasons went on, he had to wear loose-fitting jeans to hide his junk. Because it was prominently on display, I guess.
Right. He couldn't wear the tight pants and suspenders anymore because he had gotten older and he'd filled them out, those pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weird little anecdote to include in your memoir.
Yeah.
Right? Kind of weird.
Right. But
Is he on the-
so I can say he's flex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, is he on the market? Yeah, I don't know.
He might. And then today is Mickey Mouse's birthday. He was created in the 1920s, 1928. So Mickey's getting old, much longer than the average mouse.
Yeah. And he's rolling over in his grave.
You think?
Yeah. Looking at what Disney has become.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I don't like this, TJ. Come and save us. So we are at the 3-year anniversary of an iconic moment in our country's history, and I'll tell you all about it next.
This is the TJ and Riggins show.
When it comes to football, I know where I'm headed. Wild Wing Cafe. They've got hot wings, cold beer, and football on all the big screens. It's the best place to catch every play, enjoy some killer wings, and ice-cold drinks. See you at Wild Wing Cafe, your game day headquarters.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. A new call and text the show option where you can send us a text or leave us a voicemail, which we may even use on the show. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
The charity Peyton's Promise would not be possible without great sponsors. Great sponsors like Lily and Grace, design, home, living. It's Lily and Grace. Go to tjriggins.com/LG to find out more. That's tjriggins.com/LG.
Available whenever you want it on the TJ and Riggins app. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
So it is the 3-year anniversary of this specific event. You may not remember it. TJ making all the noise over there.
But I turned my microphone off so you couldn't hear it, and the music is playing. So,
Oh, you could hear
if you hadn't have said anything,
You could hear it.
no, you could hear it.
So yeah, 3-year anniversary of this event. Catalan Metro, she's 74 years old, went hiking in Phoenix, and she tripped and fell, became disoriented. This is somebody's grandma, 74 years old, became disoriented and needed help off this trail, this wilderness trail. So she called the emergency line, 911, and they said, we're going to send out a helivac, a helicopter, because we can't reach you by ambulance. She said, no, I don't want that. I'm just disoriented and I think I've broken my nose. I don't want to go up in a helicopter. That would scare me. And they said, well, we have to do it. And then when the helivac arrived and picked her up to fly her out of there,
Yeah,
she started spinning.
the worst.
She was spun over 200 times.
Is this?
And the video went viral of the rescue because
Is that normal or something's happening?
We've seen it before. We've seen
was-
that happen before.
Something was wrong. They didn't intend for that to happen. She was spun 200 times. She ended up suing for $2 million. They settled for $450,000 about 3 years ago. But she said emotional pain and suffering, plus the being spun 200 times.
Plus the
it's-
vomit that's everywhere. I mean, could you imagine?
I would have tried my best just to roll out of it and die.
Yeah.
I could not stand being suspended on a string and then spinning.
It's hard to believe when, and especially when she's 74 and just whipping as fast as the eye can.
Oh my God, I would throw up so much.
It's just crazy.
Oh,
The video's crazy.
Can you? I'm just mortified by that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's so disturbing.
Yeah. Especially when you're the grandkid and you're like, that's grandma. And she's just spinning. You just want to help her.
Oh, Nanny.
Yeah,
Oh, Nanny.
Granny, no. No, she's going so fast. So
It's kind of funny.
it's
but
kind of funny.
It's
Rob's got no heart. Rob.
Bless her heart.
It makes me laugh now just as much as it did when we first saw this video.
Yeah. But $450,000.
She's fine.
She'll be all
Yeah,
right.
she's all right.
She'll be all right.
But it would take a lot more than that for me, especially if I told them, don't take me up in a...
Please.
I don't care how good the vacuum cleaner is. Even if it is a helivac. I don't want to be in a helivac.
Right.
More TJ and Riggins coming up. Add tjriggins.com to your phone's home screen. Open your phone's browser, type tjriggins.com, and click the top banner to learn how to easily add to both iOS and Android phones. Everything is now on the homepage, tjriggins.com.
Hey, it's Riggins, and if you love dogs like me, it's heartbreaking when you see posts online that show a cute dog at the shelter with a last day deadline. Wouldn't it be awesome if there were no more last day calls for these dogs? There's a great new organization called No More Last Days. They just launched a website with one goal: to help dogs while featuring like-minded organizations who do good work. Visit tjriggins.com/lastdays or visit them in person at the booth at the Carolina Renaissance Festival every weekend through November and see how they're making a difference and how you can help. tjriggins.com/lastdays. Do you know of a family that could use some help this Christmas? Nominate them for TJ and Riggins Breaking and Entering Christmas. Nominate the family at tjriggins.com/Christmas. We want to bring true Christmas miracles to families who really need it. tjriggins.com/Christmas.
The charity Peyton's Promise would not be possible without great sponsors. Sponsors like CompuCom, because every company is a technology company now. But becoming a fully enabled digital workplace isn't easy. Let CompuCom help. CompuCom.com for more information. That's CompuCom.com for CompuCom.
Point and stare at TJ and Riggins anytime you want on YouTube. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
All right. You know, I always say that when millennials are using some sort of technology that doesn't really aid in the ease of whatever it is they're doing, or y'all will use it just because it's there, is what I say. It drives a millennial nuts to know that there's some technology that they're not using, even if it's not beneficial to them. I hope this isn't one of them, because the Australian government has released an app, and you know what that app is called? Check Your Fart. And it's all a way to track the frequency, duration, loudness, stench, and how long the smell lingered of your flatulence.
Okay.
It says that it's going to help researchers, help scientists better understand the frequency and characteristics of one of the leading gut health symptoms. So there's even an option located outside of Australia. So you would log your flatulence as they happen. Compiles it all into a bar graph that shows how many times you've flatulated each day and how severe it was.
In a bar graph? That's just so disturbing. If I met somebody and their bar graph was just like way up, all the bars were like a mile long.
But you know how people are with their Apple Watches, and they'll go, "Ooh, closed another ring." You'll hear go, "Ding, we closed another ring."
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Do we want to know every time the fart app starts making noise? I don't think so.
And you got to hold your phone up to your butt to get all that information?
I don't know
Or you
how.
just
I don't know
log
how
it
that
in.
part of it works. I guess
I think you just log in the information.
you would think that you
Yeah.
would do that. It wouldn't just track it on its own.
I don't know.
It'd be hard to track the smell of it, I guess, and the stench.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
What if you were on a date and the guy was like, hang on, let me track my fart real quick.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Because if you're committing to this and you're doing
Yeah.
it as a government study, then there's no off time. And if it happens, it happens.
my God, that's so crazy.
Somebody's got to pull a graveyard shift too, watch you and monitor it in your sleep, right?
Not kidding.
I don't want that gig.
No. I'm on a graveyard shift tonight.
So stupid.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
Hey, it's TJ, and we were hanging out the other night at our new favorite place, Blackfin Ameripub in Ballantyne, and I figured out that's where I'm going to be watching the ball games this year. That's right. They have about 40 TVs showing all of the games on Saturdays, the college games, and their official Ohio State Buckeyes bar. You don't want to miss that if you're a Buckeyes fan as well as a Packers fan or a Panthers fan. They got it all. Not to mention some of the best food that I have had in a long, long time. You're looking for a great time? Go to Blackfin Ameripub in Ballantyne. Check it out at acetj.com/Blackfin.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. Click the deals button to get all our exclusive best deals anywhere from all of the TJ and Riggins show partners. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
The charity Peyton's Promise would not be possible without great sponsors. Great sponsors like Jewelers on Main, located in downtown Mooresville. Go to tjriggins.com/jewel to find out more about Jewelers on Main. Again, that's tjriggins.com/jewel.
This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
Lindsay, you put up all your Christmas decorations yesterday?
I did. It was my only weekend without the kids to just get it done.
Yeah.
So
So for Thanksgiving, you're going to have Christmas decorations around.
But we do, I know you're going to hate this. We have to do something called Thanksmas because I know you're going to hate it. My brother from DC, his family can't come for Christmas every year. So every other year we do. So the kids get really confused. Like, is it Thanksgiving? Is it, but mine are too young to know. But
I like Thanksmas. It makes more sense. Maybe. Well, I know it makes more sense than Friendsgiving as a title.
Yeah.
Because Thanksmas, you're giving thanks, and it's Christmas, and you combine the two. But Friendsgiving makes no sense because you're not giving friends, you're still giving thanks.
True.
So you take the part out that is what it's supposed to be, which is the thanks part. But then again, are you taking the part that's supposed to be of Christmas when you take off the Christ part?
That's true.
Sure, good point.
Yeah.
Maybe Christ giving?
Yeah, maybe. Well,
Yeah.
thanks, Christ.
Thanks, Christ.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, you know what?
That actually makes that's cool.
Either way, I get it, though.
Yeah.
You got family that lives far away, and
Yeah.
you're going to do opening of gifts with them and all that.
It gets
why not?
complicated.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to celebrate anything for longer than what it normally is, let it be the birth of Jesus.
Sure.
Let's have a full month of celebrating that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
But a lot of people don't realize that Thanksgiving is meant to be a Christian holiday as well. You know, people don't realize the true story of Thanksgiving, because that's what it was. It was everybody getting together to thank God for the bounty and the the know-how to be able to work together and do all of these things.
Yeah.
I love that.
Not to play Rock Band till 3 a.m.
Right.
Right.
Rob.
Oh,
Sorry.
right.
There's a purpose to it.
So Thanksmas. That's
Thanksmas.
Yeah, I'm into that. I kind of dig that.
Yeah, it does get a little confusing though when the kids get a little older, because they're like, did Santa come? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Like,
Does
Well, it's just
Santa
not.
come twice.
You just know it's not a Santa gift. It's
Right.
just, a gift from
But
the
it-
family. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, it's just all kind
See,
of.
that's the way we would have done with our kids, because
Yeah.
our kids aren't stupid, so it was easy to explain it to them. I don't know how about your kids are, but the kids in your
Dummies.
family, bunch of dodo heads.
More TJ and Riggins coming up. It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. A TJ Riggins Prime button to get to invitations, links, and all the great Prime Plus exclusive content. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
These are the painless stiletto heels you've been hearing me talk about from Protege. And yes, I said painless because they are. And they also come beautifully packaged in this box. You get a shoe bag as well. You get 2 extra straps. And so basically you're getting 3 pairs of shoes because they all look different. So then you buckle it to however you want and hook it on. So no more hassling with the buckle once you get it on. So go to tjriggins.com/shoes, promo code TJ for 30% off.
When it comes to football, I know where I'm headed. Wild Wing Cafe. They've got hot wings, cold beer, and football on all the big screens. It's the best place to catch every play, enjoy some killer wings, and ice-cold drinks. See you at Wild Wing Cafe, your game day headquarters.
The charity Peyton's Promise would not be possible without great sponsors. Great sponsors like the Temple Team at Keller Williams. Find out more about the Temple Team at tjriggins.com/Temple Team. It's the Temple Team at Keller Williams.